Since I started practicing semen retention, everything in my life has upgraded. I went from over 180 pounds down to under 160 pounds. I'm still continuing to lose body fat and gain in muscle mass and definition. I reinvented myself as a men's leadership and lifestyle coach. I've now got tons of clients all around the world. Where I struggled to make 40, 50,000 this year alone, we've generated over 6 figures in our business and continue to expand and grow. I ran in my last country's federal election where I gained international recognition and got media attention because of our mission here with semen retention and our lifestyle. And we continue to expand the layers of offerings and the value that we're bringing to the men that we're training. I'm super grateful for what I do. I'm super grateful for this lifestyle and knowledge. Now, this is a huge difference from how I used to live, where I would be masturbating pretty much every day, go to the washroom, rub one out. I'd be constantly watching or scrolling through some adult content. I was smoking a tremendous amounts of pot, and I couldn't keep a gym routine. I couldn't stay consistent in anything. And I never felt really satisfied with what I was doing because I never saw any growth. Maybe you can relate. Maybe you're doing something and you want things to improve. You want something to get better, whether it's your health, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your finances. Maybe you want to take a risk. You want to leave that soul-sucking job or that business and reinvent yourself like I did, but you're struggling to do it. Well, I struggled for many years, even though I was reading books and going to webinars and listening to all the affirmations and, saying all the things that you need to say. And I'm not saying those things are bad. Those things work. But semen retention was the platform or the catalyst to exponential growth. And in this video, I'm going to share with you why. And just a disclaimer, it's nothing that I've really talked about before on this channel. So we've talked about law of attraction and increased testosterone and charisma and all those things. I'll touch upon some of those things, but there's a specific point that's so simple that most men overlook it, especially in today's world, that semen retention gives you, which gives you an advantage to becoming a powerhouse man. Let me share with you exactly why semen retention will be the catalyst for your growth. In fact, I'm going to share with you 5 reasons why semen retention will make your life easier. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Nakula Das, and I help men master their S3X energy so you can become a powerhouse and unleash your masculine leadership. So what is the reason? What is the catalyst for making exponential growth happen in your life? Why will semen retention make your life easier? It comes down to this one thing: delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is denying yourself short-term pleasure for long-term pleasure or long-term increase. No different than if you put your money into a stock. If you put your money into a stock or into investment and you think long-term, the potential gain for long-term thinking 5, 10, 20 years out from now becomes exponential. This is how people have created tremendous amounts of wealth. Most people, especially in today's age where everything is so instant, if you want entertainment, you just pull out your phone, there it is. There was a time where if you felt bored and you wanted to entertain, you had to do something, you had to create something, and that was your entertainment. People largely aren't creating anything anymore. They're becoming consistent consumers, whether you're consuming food, whether you're consuming information or entertainment. Now, there's good consumption and bad consumption. There's consumption that actually does something for you, and there's consumption that does nothing for you. Most consumption today is simply a waste of time, waste of energy, and it's all instant gratification. Semen retention is the ultimate form of delayed gratification because one of the most pleasurable things a man can do is ejaculate. It's the highest pleasure on the material form or for the material body. And when we delay it, when we stop ourselves from indulging in that gratification, we're training ourselves, and ultimately you're training yourself to do the hard thing, to delay gratification and put that energy into something else. When you do the hard work today, the results for tomorrow are easier. The harder the work today, the easier tomorrow. Let me give you 5 practical examples where this is played out in my life so that you can take this same practice of semen retention and get the benefits in your life. Number 1, in my business. So I talked about at the beginning of the video some of the amazing results I've experienced and continue to experience in our business. Well, I'm going to talk about 3 specific reasons why delayed gratification is going to help you grow your business and put yourself into a better financial future. 1, uncomfortable actions. That's what it comes down to. One of the most uncomfortable actions someone can take in business is sales calls, because sales is uncomfortable for many reasons. 1, people are going to say no to you, and oftentimes people take that so personally that they can't stand that rejection. Oh no, someone said no to me. That must mean it's me. I'm not good enough. I'm not valuable enough. And what it does is it sparks your insecurity. So because you can do sales calls, because you're willing to get uncomfortable and take uncomfortable action, and you're willing to do tons of calls with no gratification. I could do calls for 2, 3, 4 days sometimes with no immediate results, and then next thing you know, I'll land a couple sales. So the ability to be a businessman or an entrepreneur means you need to work knowing that your work is going to pay off with time, but not necessarily see the results of today. So therefore, you have to delay your gratification and do the hard work. Another way that this is going to make you a better businessman, it's made me a better businessman, is to invest or take risk with money. I used to have such a scarce mindset when it comes to money, that any little bit of money that we would make, even making money would cause anxiety, because then you'd be afraid to lose the money or to spend the money or to invest the money. So money was just overall full of anxiety. I don't have enough. And then when you have it, oh my gosh, what happens if we lose it? We don't want to use it. And not understanding that taking risks with money is how you make money. I've invested over $50,000 in my own education with coaches and trainers to develop my business skills, to learn the practices of S3X alchemy so that I can transmute my S3X energy. I've traveled around to seminars and met with coaches and invested into my own team, hiring people. We've got copywriters, editors. We're bringing on a salesperson now. Our team continues to expand and grow. And does that make me feel uncomfortable? Absolutely. It's a huge responsibility to have to commit to paying someone every single month, to making sure that the business is doing well enough to expand. But because I'm used to feeling uncomfortable because I'm not busting my nut, I'm like, it's not as bad as that. Especially when you go into things like non-ejaculatory S3X, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So taking risk with money and delaying your gratification with money. When I used to make money, I would just spend it instantly on something right away. Like for example, maybe you need something and you think, I got to buy it right away. Now I'm okay being uncomfortable for some time so that we make good decisions rather than quick decisions, rather than just solve my uncomfortability. I'm not feeling comfortable with this right now. Solve it. No, just sit with that uncomfortability. Take on some pain. Take on some inconvenience for some time so you set yourself up for a better future. When you can delay your gratification, you can think clearer. You can make better decisions, which in the long term is going to make you more money. And third is clarity of mind. Because you're not busting nuts all day and masturbating, you have more clarity of mind and you can see things clearly. The reality is most people don't see things clearly. In the Vedic literature, specifically in the book Bhagavad Gita, there's chapter 14 talks about the 3 modes of material nature: the mode of goodness, the mode of passion, and the mode of ignorance. In the mode of ignorance, which is where most people are living today, they can't see anything clearly. You cannot see things clearly. An animal does not understand its position and cannot see things in the future clearly. So they make impulsive decisions and then have to suffer those decisions. I'm sure you can relate in your own life when you've made decisions based upon impulse rather than your higher intelligence, how you didn't see how it was going to play out, and then you suffered those decisions. Much of our own suffering is caused by ourselves because we're living in this mode of ignorance. And one of the biggest symptoms of the mode of ignorance, how can you tell if I'm in that mode, is you are impulsive and you can't control your own body-mind apparatus. That's the biggest symptom. So you're simply living off impulse, no different than a cat or a dog. Well, as human beings, we can rise above that platform to the mode of passion. And what's the mode of passion? It's where you want to get things done. You've got desires. Now, even in the mode of passion, there's a lot of suffering because you often tend to overextend yourself. I know I've done this a lot in my life where I've taken on too much, and I have to be conscious of that. But when I'm solid in my semen retention, when I'm solid in my eating, when I'm keeping my body clean from drugs and from alcohol and from excessive things like social media, and when I do consume social media or content, it's good, it's philosophy, it's education, then I'd make better decisions and I'm operating in the mode of goodness. And in the mode of goodness, you can see things clear, you can plan long term, and you're more content and peaceful. So this practice of semen retention and delaying gratification is going to make your life easier in the realm of career, business, and finances. The second place is going to make your life easier is in the realm of health. And it's the same thing, delayed gratification. Most people are operating where they're trying to gratify their senses or their sense of their tongue consistently. More candy, more sugar, more processed food. When you can delay gratification, instead of eating out, you're going to cook your own food. Instead of eating bad foods or just grabbing something quick through the drive-thru, you'll wait till you'll get home. You're okay that you're hungry a little bit. Just because you feel a little uncomfortable, you're not trying to satisfy it right away. And you're going to take on hard work like the gym or yoga or some kind of physical exercise, which again can be tough. You know how tough it is. Sometimes your little voice, I know mine's like, oh, do I want to go to the gym? But after some time, when you can delay the gratification of eating, you gain more control over your body and you can do the hard work like going to the gym. And then that becomes what you start to look forward to because you feel so good. You're strong, you're healthy, and so your life gets easier. With bad health, life will get harder. It's as simple as that. If you don't take care of your health, life will get harder in all realms, both materially or spiritually. So doing the hard work for your health, delaying your gratification, cooking your own food, eating healthy food is good for your health, it's good for your pocketbook, and it's overall good for your self-image as a man. Number 3 is in the bedroom. Yes, your life will become easier with women. Why? Because you will be more masculine. Masculine means order and control. When you are practicing semen retention, you will be more in control of your body and mind. And because of that, you will be more attractive to the feminine energy, which is more chaotic. Because of that, you'll be more attractive to women. Women are not like men, where men are more attracted visually, where women are attracted more subconsciously to an idea or an energy. Because you are living that idea out practically in your life, you'll become more attractive. And literally, you will desire real S3X more, which will make you closer or more intimate with your wife or your partner. When I'm busting nuts and masturbating, I don't necessarily want to have S3X as much, which means I don't chase my wife as much. Not that I chase her, but you know what I mean? I don't desire her as much because I've wasted that desire down the toilet or wherever. When you retain, that desire is building within you and you direct it to its proper outlet, which is with your wife or a committed relationship. You also have better control in the bedroom because you're not training yourself to be a quick shooter. when you're masturbating, especially to adult content, you generally bust quickly. And you're training your body that when you get aroused, you should act upon it, and therefore you bust quickly. Here in the semen retention lifestyle, just because you're aroused doesn't mean you act upon it. In fact, when you get aroused, it's now time to redirect that energy and put it into the hard work that you want to do, whether it's the gym or whether it's building your business. Again, delaying gratification makes you more powerful, more centered, more self-controlled, which makes you a more attractive man. So your life is going to get easier in the realm of relationship and S3X. Number 4 is legacy building or contribution. You are going to be a better contributor to the world, and therefore you're going to build a legacy that's going to last beyond your lifetime. Most of us want to have some status, some recognition. It's part of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you've never looked at that chart, take a look. I teach it more in depth inside of the PowerHouse Man Training. It's important to understand what your needs are and meet those needs in a healthy way. Most of us are trying to meet our needs. We're all doing that. Every single human being on the planet, every single being on the planet is trying to meet their needs, whether it's food or S3X or social connection. And one of the needs that we need as men is some kind of status or social recognition. It's a need that we have. We shouldn't look at this as bad or egotistical. It's just simply a human need. You don't judge yourself for wanting to eat, so it's okay to want some recognition, and let that recognition come from the healthy way, which is by doing something and becoming so good at something that you're undeniably good at it that people recognize you for it. See, in the age of social media, people are doing all kinds of things to get social recognition, even going against their own values. For example, many people are participating in whether it's OnlyFans or some kind of other activity in which they're not really feeling so congruent with, but they get a little fame, they get some recognition, they get something there, and so they become addicted to that. The real way to achieve a healthy recognition, healthy status, is to actually do something that's meaningful and contributes to others. Look at when an athlete puts in 10 years, 15, 20 years of hard work, and then they get recognized because they're so good. That's the way to earn recognition. When you practice semen retention, you reduce social anxiety or this desire for having instant recognition. So you're willing to put in hard work, which no one is ever going to see, but slowly you're getting better and better at what you do. You're also not as swayed by the social constructs or political upheavals of the world, which means you're willing to stand for what you believe in. That's what I did when I ran in the federal election. I stood for what I believed in. It wasn't the most popular view at the time, but it got me tons of recognition, and a ton of people, lifted me up and propped me up. And I knew lots of people and still know lots of people because of that. When you practice semen retention, your mindset improves. You have a stronger mind, which is good for your self-image. When you have a healthy self-image, you're not willing to sell your soul for someone else just to simply recognize you or give you a like or a thumbs up or whatever it is that you need. You have good self-esteem. Self-esteem is literally the motivation. When you have healthy self-esteem and you're in touch with your values, you can get the recognition you're looking for in a meaningful way, which improves the world rather than destroys the world and your own values and character. You're also not so anxious in social interactions and setting because you're grounded in yourself and you've got tons of energy, and people can feel that energy off of you and they gravitate towards it. Remember, this world and this universe is a world of vibration. Nikola Tesla said, if you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, vibration, and attraction. Therefore, by practicing semen retention, you have more energy, which makes your life easier. Think about how difficult life is when you don't have energy. You can't even get up out of bed. Oh, I don't have energy. When you overeat, oh, I don't have energy. I don't have energy to take on that problem. I don't have energy to make money. I don't have energy to go to the gym. When you don't have energy, life is tough. Semen retention gives you crazy amounts of energy, which makes your life easier. You're like, yeah, I got energy to go to the gym. Yeah, I got energy to make those extra calls. Yeah, I got energy to also help my neighbor and contribute to my community and come home and take on that hobby. When you have unlimited amounts of energy, you have unlimited amounts of ways that you can contribute and therefore build your legacy and social recognition. And number 5 is spiritual realization. Spiritual realization is a natural fruit of semen retention, because to practice semen retention, you have to have control over your body and mind. And as you have control, deeper levels of control over your body and mind, you'll start to naturally realize, I'm not my body and mind. Think about it. You can control your car. You could control the steering wheel. You could control the little knobs and the functions of the vehicle, because you are not the vehicle itself. Similarly, you can control your body and mind, and you will realize through the practice of semen retention, because you are not your body and mind. It is like a vehicle, a spacesuit, if you will, to experience this planet, and you will enjoy or suffer your body based upon how well you've mastered it. The human body is a ladder, if you will, for self-realization or spiritual realization, and semen retention or S3X mastery is the tool to realizing yourself as a spiritual being and not just this flesh. And when you recognize that I am more than flesh and bone, you know, Jesus Christ said that bread alone doesn't sustain the body. He was saying, stop giving so much attention to your body and recognize that you are more than flesh. You are more than even your mind or your false identities, but you are consciousness. You are a spiritual spark of the divine. And once you realize this, you can build an eternal relationship with the divine and know yourself as an eternal spiritual soul. What is better than that? Recognizing your true immortality. Everybody wants immortality. There's some rich dude, I don't know what his name is, but he's spending millions of dollars and doing some crazy stuff, in my opinion, taking his son's blood. You probably heard about the guy, taking pills. He's got a whole team of them, keeping him young, reversing his age. Why does he desire this? Because he desires immortality. Sure, who wouldn't want to live forever? But his actions are misdirected. He's thinking his body is eternal because he identifies himself as a body. The body will decay. As much as technology and all the things we can do and all the skin cream and the this and the that and the anti-aging, the body will perish. Once you accept this, then you say, well, where am I immortal? My consciousness. And when you live for consciousness, you're living now for the real purpose of human life. The practice of semen retention starts with delayed gratification, and delayed gratification will make your life easier. If you're ready to master this lifestyle and delay your gratification to building your health, wealth, and relationships, if you want to create a massive vision for your life, then come work with me inside of the PowerHouse Man Training. There's a free link in the description below for the free program called the S3X Transmutation Guide, which will get you started. And if you're ready to take the next step, then book a call on my calendar. Let's connect, and I'll share with you the process that I've used to create tremendous amounts of results, not just for myself, but now for thousands of men around the world who are practicing this lifestyle. Come join us, implement these techniques and these strategies into your own life, and watch your life absolutely increase in peace, harmony, and abundance. I'll see you on the next video.